welcome you all to this year's Agriculture Summit Africa, which is a virtual summit due to the exigencies of COVID-19 pandemic. Discussions this summit will center on the carefully chosen theme, Fast Forward Agriculture, Exploiting the Next Revolution. This agricultural summit seeks to prefer solutions to age-long challenges inhibiting the growth of agriculture on the continent by bringing together policymakers, investors, development agencies, and value chain players on the continent to develop a roadmap for achieving the expected $1 trillion value agricultural sector by 2030. At Sterling Bank, we have no doubt whatsoever that agriculture has a central role to play in triggering the double-digit inclusive economic growth that every economy on the continent must achieve to create a $1 trillion sector by 2030. And again, welcome you to this landmark summit.
Hello and welcome. It's 23rd of September 2020 and we're here live at the Sterling Bank Studio, Lagos, to witness the Agriculture Summit Africa. It's an online program and it's the third edition this year. Focus is on fast forward agriculture and it's on exploiting the next revolution. Like I said, it's an online summit and it's 2 days, but Agribusiness weekend, we're going to be here live to give you all the trending informations and what is happening about agriculture for the next revolution with the guest on the show. So watch out and stay tuned. It is clear that the world has changed differently as a result of the pandemic to what is called the new normal. Agriculture must therefore be a key for growing the economy to ensure employment, sustainable wealth, and extensive poverty reduction. The summit is therefore important as the country thrives to meet the economic needs of the growing population. These were the words of the chairman's opening speech, Aswe Igodalo, at the Sterling Bank Agricultural Summit Africa 2020. Data shows that there are over 15 million SMEs in the country. More than 35 are owned by women and 7% are agriculture-based. Seeing that as an input in production, therefore the mission of STERS business is to help bridge the gap between market access and commodity prices. STERS has been working on specific projects for farms to give farmers policies to access data needed for production.
The difficulty of getting this data to the farmers, right? What we call the last mile. Now, when you consider that a lot of them, or a big chunk of them, are in areas that don't necessarily have digital penetration, you realize that okay, you must be creative about ensuring that this data gets to them. And I'll just use a quick example to show how that can be done, right? So, when COVID first hit, NDDC partnered with some telecoms firms to pass across information by text, right? Understanding that okay, data penetration is about maybe 30-40%, but when you look at mobile penetration, we're closer to 80-90%, right? So the trick, I guess, is leveraging what exists while at the same time trying to pull people into the digital space, because in the long run that is still the most cost-effective way of delivering data or any sort of service.
Bukola Wonsoya, Group Head, Agrifinance and Solid Minerals Bank, and other panelists discuss the role of financial intimidation in agriculture. It is very clear that the Sterling Bank has put out digital products to help farmers thrive for better output, ranging from online digital platforms, access to SMEs, advisory services, input for loans, and in partnership with SABEX, the Commodity Exchange, and other platforms. If you want to grow your agribusiness, then Sterling Bank is the bank to choose.
Open accounts for the farmers, all of them using our agency banking, and then we also have the farmers radio to give them information, best practice, about how to make their goods, how they can become financially included, how they can save money, because a lot of these people, they just, when they harvest, when they just spend. But with the things we are doing, we are telling them you can save, and we help them save. So with these savings, they can even use it as a collateral to come and get money. So if I've saved 50,000 and I need 100,000, without your 50 and I give you 100, you have been able to meet. So we are teaching them all this as part of the things we are doing to help these poor farmers.
Agriculture is a way of life, a business, and an investment sector. Agriculture has acted as a key pillar for economic growth before independence. Tayo Adoloju, Senior Fellow, Public Policy and ESG, moderated the topic Public and Private Partnership. According to him, the key goal of Africa 2023 for agriculture is to eliminate the use of hoes and old utensils, giving way for technology. Ade Adefako of Olam said agriculture is a business, and to cause the growth of the economy, there is need for the private and public sector to work together. Nigeria has 20% of citizens that are food secured. This calls for partnership across all sectors of the country. Talking about building a sustainable ecosystem for smallholder farmers, Chidima Lawasin, Country Rep MasterCard, talked about their work with Sterling Bank to get low interest rate for smallholder farmers for the next 2 years. This dream is to make good percentage of Africans get employed via agriculture in the next 2 years. Men don't eat oil or gas, they eat food. Agriculture is said to be that sector that is more than able to thrive in the next generation. Therefore, Sterling Bank is putting all effort to ensure that agriculture goes beyond farming to becoming a business through which people can earn a living. Watch out for more on Agribusiness Weekend Show with David Apenda.
So we realized a couple of years ago that the challenge of dealing with food security has to be dealt with on a continental basis, and that it's important that we work together. And so we figured if we bring all the parties together, not just from the private and the public sector, but across borders, we would have a better solution. Last year when we had the summit in Abuja, we had people from more than 20 countries actually traveling down to Abuja to attend. So we realized that there was a hunger for an Africa summit, and that was why our focus has now become Africa rather than just Nigeria. So the challenge with financing agriculture goes beyond just being able to give loans to farmers. There are some significant issues with the value chain that needed to be resolved. Part of it is ensuring that you have access to market. So the big deal for us is to ensure that whatever products comes out of the farm can actually be taken to market and sold successfully. So we've done some work with that. The other challenge is about input. So we work extensively with various organizations to make sure that farmers have access to the right input. Once both the market side and the input are resolved, it becomes much easier to finance the value chain. And so we finance people who produce fertilizers, for instance. We finance the people who distribute seedlings. We finance farmers. We finance people who lease tractors and other equipment to the farms, rather than just funding the farmer alone. And once you've done that across the value chain, it's easier to be repaid, and then you can scale. So the big challenge with data is that a lot of people have aggregated data, but it's intended to be distributed using the internet. And so if you don't have access to the internet, you are left out of that completely. Regarding the how data is made available to farmers, the big contribution that we have is to introduce the Nigerian Farmers Radio, which as at last year was available in the states in the north, but has now been extended to the 6 geopolitical zones. We're now covering over 19 states, and it's available in 3 languages, Hausa, Yoruba, and Pidgin.
Thank everyone that has been part of this summit and everyone that contributed in one way or the other to make this a huge success. Thank you very much. We truly appreciate your partnership.